Hello, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo. Tonight is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2019. Um, I hope this is working. I just try to go online and it cut me off, so I'm not sure if it's an internet situation or. But I see some people joining on. Napa, Patricia, thank you guys for joining us. We're trying something new tonight. We're trying to go. Hey, Hoku, do a 7 o'clock and try to see how that works out. Hey, Christian, Dave, thank you guys. Danny, Clayton, aloha, you guys. Instead of the 5:30, I had gotten several requests from people that they cannot the 4:30. I mean, the 5:30 was too early, and it was tough to get to. So we're gonna try this out tonight, see what happens, see what kind of participation we get. If it works out, we'll keep it at 7. If not, we'll go right back to 5:30. Kuipo, Karen, Bitos. I know somebody posted that this is in direct conflict with the Survivor show. Patsy's telling me to close the curtains. Actually, I gotta open the windows. It's getting a little warm. We get the trade winds back. Ain't that great? Amazing. Hey, Julie, Alfred, and Brenda. Thank you guys. Dawn, let me know. Chemo, how you doing, Chemo? Thanks for the questions, guys. Yeah, I get a lot of questions and comments, emails throughout the week, and that's what I try to explore and try to bring the information back to you once a week. Nohea, aloha, you guys. And I'm just curious if the 7 o'clock works better. Let me know. Right after Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I wouldn't want to compete with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh no. Diane, what's happening? Ziba, aloha, you guys, aloha. So hopefully the 7 o'clock works out. Works out for me. I get to go to football practice and come home sweaty. But you notice Patsy's gonna be upset because I'm not wearing the aloha shirt. But I had to come straight home from practice. It rained at practice, so I just came straight up, set everything up, and we're online. Diane, what's happening? Rose, aloha, you guys. So let me know. Let me know if the 7 o'clock works better for you, or if you prefer 5:30. I'm curious. Francine, what's happening? Brian, aloha, you guys, aloha. Doreen, thank you guys for joining us again every Wednesday. Maynard Williams, what's happening, my WWE buddy? Adam, oh, so glad you could join us. I'm so glad you guys could join us. I'm DVRing Survivor. Oh my God. I did not want to take you guys away from Survivor. I don't watch Survivor, so I have no idea what the heck when that thing plays. Hey, Dad, all the way from Washington State. Thank you for joining us again. I know it's a little late over there, 10 o'clock at night. Gary, Roland, Khalil Perez, what's happening, guys? What's happening? We got some things to talk about today, and a lot of these things have developed in the last a couple of days, and we'll go over it. But again, the whole purpose of this Facebook Live, weekly Facebook Live, is to hey Keith, what's happening, buddy? And again, if you see me looking to the side, I'm checking to see who's checking in. But the whole purpose of this is to really try to get information out to the public, keep you guys informed. My ultimate goal is to get you guys engaged with what's going on, not just here on Kauai, but within the state, and even in some. Sometimes we talk about the national politics. I try to stay away from that whole congressional nonsense that's going on, because I think it's beyond our control. But we do have control over what happens here locally on Kauai, and we have some control over what happens within our state. What's going on? I'm watching Monday Night Raw. Awesome. Lori, Nani, thank you guys. One of the things I'm noticing at 7 o'clock, we get a whole different group of people. So hopefully we'll get everybody back on, and we'll pick up some new viewers. Susan, cousin Susan, and of course Kipi Akana. Thank you. Yes, if you can, hit the share button, get this thing out, get it out viral. Again, the purpose of this is to get some information out, information that I get from the public, from the community. While I'm doing my things during the day, I still get approached on a daily basis. I still get emails, phone calls, text messages, Facebook messages from the community asking questions about what's going on in our county, and I try my best to get the answers. And as you'll see tonight, I get some of the answers and some I don't. So, but that's just the way it goes. Hey, Evelyn and Parnell, thank you very much. Again, every Wednesday, you can watch these things. I have a YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. Just go to YouTube, put in Mel Rapozo, hit the subscribe button. So every time we hit up a new video, you get to watch it there on YouTube. Wallace Nishimura, aloha. My sister Sandy, Kevin, aloha, you guys. As you can see, Matt, thank you again for joining us. As you can see, I'm back in the living room because it's a little cooler now with the trades. And I'm hoping that the internet will hold up because that is such a problem. I don't know why. But yeah, on my YouTube channel, we record this, we save the video, we put it up on YouTube, and it's on my channel, Mel Rapozo, and you can watch all of every week's Facebook Live is on there. You can watch it after the fact, rather than trying to go find my page and find this post on the page. Jason, what's happening? Paul Pancho, what's going on? So anyway, let's get started. We got a bunch of people on. I wanted to start off by saying, this is October is Cancer Awareness Month, and I know I put a post out yesterday with a little picture. But National Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a chance for all of us to raise awareness for breast cancer. And you can go to my page, find the post from yesterday, share it, or create one. Create a post, and really what we want to be able to make a difference, even if it's a small part of it. Let's spread the word. It's important and remember, not only women get breast cancer. A good friend of mine right now is battling breast cancer, a man. So it's not obviously a vast majority, very small percentage of breast cancer patients are males, but we are just as vulnerable. So hey, Don, Kyle, Kevin Rapozo, what's up? Yes, hashtag cancer sucks. But spread the word about mammograms and encourage everyone to make sure they get tested. Bottom line is that's what this is about. Cancer Awareness Month is exactly that, bringing awareness to cancer, okay, breast cancer. So again, we all know, I right now, currently, I have several friends. Hey, Charlie, what's up, buddy? I hope everything's well. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I know personally people fighting for their lives right now at this moment. We've all have family members and friends that have lost the battle, that are fighting the battle, and many that have beaten cancer. So this is an opportunity, hey, Carol, this is an opportunity now in October to just spread the word. Doesn't take much. Go to Google, click cancer awareness or breast cancer awareness month, go to images, pick up a nice graphic, post it up, and share it. That's the best thing we can do is get the word out. And I just wanted to start off with that because it's that important. You all know my mom had cancer. She fought cancer for a long time. She had first diagnosed in 1982 with breast cancer. I was told she was the first woman on Kauai that had a bilateral mastectomy, both boobs taken out. Back in 82. 92, she got kidney cancer. The kidney cancer came back in 2007, somewhere around there. And she fought a very tough battle, but finally lost the battle 5 years ago. So very, very close to my heart. And hey, Teddy, aloha, bro. Jerome and Christina, thank you guys for joining us. So, hey, Dan, let's do our part. Our part, a very little part, just post, man. Just post. And raise the awareness. And this is the month to do it, okay? All righty. So what happened today? It was cool today, man. I got to tell you, one of the nice things about being on a council is we get invited to do all kinds of things, attend all kinds of functions. And I miss Auntie Jessie too, my mom. Look, everybody, as you start posting, we start remembering the ones that lost the battle. But remember, there's a bunch of people still fighting. There's a bunch of people that have beaten cancer. So we continue to pray, we continue to fight, and we can continue to raise awareness. So thank you guys so much. But anyway, we get invited to a lot of functions and events, and one of the things, and one of my favorite things that I did as a council member was going to the different schools and read to the kids. And obviously the invitations go to the council services office, and they disseminate those amongst the council members. Well, because I'm not on the council, I don't get those invitations, but some of the schools, hey BJ, aloha, have kept me on their mailing list. And today I went to Kekaha. They have a program called Reading Buddies, and I got to go out there at 7:45 and read to kindergartners. And I gotta tell you, man, it was a blast. Reading to kindergarten students. Hey Ed, what's happening, buddy? Thanks for joining us so late, all the way in California. But you see these kids, kindergarten kids, and they're just so innocent. They're so genuine. They're so honest. And I always start my read to me's with a magic trick or a couple of magic tricks to get their attention. And we did that today, and I just had a blast. And it's just so much fun, and the kids appreciate having somebody come in and entertain them. Really, that's what we do. We entertain them. And so today was at Kikaha. It was just an amazing. I just enjoy that so much. And I posted a little picture, and then just subsequent to that post, I got 2 invitations to go read to other schools. So if you're not involved, get involved. They're always looking for volunteers. Just call a school, ask them, hey man, I want to read to the kids. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. It's a great way to start your day, reading to kids that have absolutely no biases. They have absolutely they're just honest, they're pure, they're innocent, and they're genuine. And we can make an impact in their lives. Hey, what's up, Jimmy and Andre and Lutao Arisgado? Aloha. So, and then you get to meet a whole bunch of people. I ran into a Kikaha Federal Credit Union, had their staff there, and they read too. We had a bunch of classrooms. But hey, Michelle and Laurie, and Kikaha Federal Credit Union. My uncle, my mom's brother, was the manager there for many years. So I ran into these people and got to meet them all. And we had guys from the Navy there. We had a lot of people. Laurie, DC, what's up? Yes, I will read to you, Kimo, whenever you want. So anyway, they invited me to stop by the credit union on my way back to Lihui. And I did. I stopped by the Kikaha Credit Union. Beautiful little office and very, very friendly staff. Long story short, I became a member of the Kikaha Federal Credit Union. It was just amazing. Didn't go there intending to open up an account. I put $8. That's the only cash I had. Put the $8 in the savings account. So now I am a member of the Kikaha Federal Credit Union. What's up, Belinda? I just got to tell you, I got to put a plug in for them. If you have not been to the Kikaha Federal Credit Union, stop by. Even if you don't live on the west side, they have a share program with Gather, so you can do your banking at the Gather location and have everything transferred over. Hello? Yeah, hello, my goodness. Anyway, so you can do your banking at a Gather branch, and then you can make a deposit and it'll get to Kikaha. So very convenient, but I got to tell you, as with all the credit unions, the staff is just phenomenal. It was just very helpful and friendly and kind, and we got to support our credit unions, bottom line. Member owned, so that's my plug for Kikaha. I'm glad and proud I'm a member now. So I'm now a member of 3 credit unions, and good stuff. Now, while I was at the credit union, now we'll get into some of the issues. While I was at the credit union, opening up my account, I overheard someone at one of the teller windows talking about the Kikaha landfill. And this gentleman was saying that starting next month, the county, see the way the landfill is run right now, you have the county employees, but the management of the landfill is done by Waste Management, a contractor, a private company. And this gentleman was telling the teller as he was doing his banking that, and he obviously was an employee, and he said that starting next month, the landfill, what's up, Don? The county is gonna take over the complete control of the landfill. And I was kind of shocked because I had never heard of that. I made some calls after that, and no one really knew about it. But I did stop the gentleman, and I introduced myself, and he knew that I was a former council member, and he said, yeah, that the county is going to take over next month, and that the county was buying all the assets from Waste Management. What's up, Jeff and Loveland? Aloha, you guys. Megan, thank you for joining us. So I guess I'm a little concerned because I don't know if there was any dialogue. There may have been some dialogue. I went back in the agendas. I did see last week they had an executive session involving Waste Management. I didn't pay much attention to it. I had assumed it was probably just to discuss contracts or maybe some kind of lawsuit or whatever. I'm not sure. But I didn't think it was going to be that the county was going to try to take over the landfill completely. So hey, Christy, I put that out, and maybe Christy knows, but Christy, I'm talking about, I just, today at the credit union, I overheard a gentleman saying that starting next month, the county is going to take over complete control. Jackie Fernandez, what's up, Jackie? Welcome. I was just talking about Kekaha Federal Credit Union and how wonderful you guys were and how you signed me up and I got my account. Excited. What's up, Joey? So Christy says we're in negotiations with them. So I don't know much about what's going on. I guess I'm going to have to try to find out. But I guess my concern is that, that's quite a huge undertaking. December 1st, so Chris, are you telling me that December 1st, the county is going to take over complete control of the landfill? Is that what you're saying? I'm assuming that's what you're saying. I don't recall seeing any discussion. I know we didn't have any discussions in the times that I was on a county council, or even, I wasn't aware and I was kind of caught off guard. I don't know how that will work, but we shall see. I'm assuming that the executive session last week was to discuss that. And I think hey, Lisa, what's happening? Delilah, what's up? Okay, waste management is pulling out. Okay, got it. Willingly, or is the county kicking them out? That's the question, I guess. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. The bigger concern that we all should be concerned about is that landfill is getting very close to capacity. I don't know what the number is now. I gotta figure it's probably 6, 7, or 8 years left of life on the existing landfill. I know that the mayor in a community meeting out in Kekaha several months ago said that his plan was to expand the landfill in Kekaha for 100 years. I just simply cannot support that. I don't think that we should be pursuing more landfills. I think we should be pursuing alternative technologies. Hi, honey, and BC, how you doing? I don't think landfills are the best thing today, especially out there in Kekaha where the sea level is so close. The landfill is so close to the water. Hopefully they can clean it up. It's a mess there. No, not counting my blessings. Yeah. Waste Resource Technologies Bioenergy is looking at installing a bioenergy plant. Again, I guess the frustration is that, in all my years on the county council, we had a lot of discussions on the open floor. We had discussions, updates from solid waste. What are your plans? What are your direction? What's the future? We had regular updates. What's the status of the landfill? What's the status of the new landfill? What's the status of whatever? And I just haven't seen that. Hey, Bob. And we seem to get surprised. The land purchase out in Waimea, that happened without any discussion in the open floor. I'm concerned because, again, as I spoke about last week, those council meetings are there. The reason for that is so that the public is informed. So, again, something that I will pursue to get more information on. I'm hoping that somebody will let us know. I mean, they do enough press releases in this county that I cannot imagine something of that magnitude where you're completely changing the entire structure of one of our largest infrastructural projects of being the landfill. Hey, Aaron, Rhonda, Jimit, aloha, nama, aloha, you guys. County is keeping the control of the landfill and looking at possibly mining phase 1, and we will process and generate electricity. I received calls from council members this week. Mayor's office is being hush-hush. Hey, Bethany. Yeah, well, that's what bothers me. Thanks, Christy, for the information. I think these things, again, this is what causes the community distrust. This is what causes the community to get upset. This is what causes the community to organize and oppose certain things that governments do because they never had an opportunity to participate in the discussion. What's up, Leon? I will be home next week again. If anyone wants to meet, I need community support. Well, again, the answer to our trash problem is really, in addition to recycling and reusing and all of that, obviously we want to reach at some point to be able to divert as much as we can from the landfill. But at the end of the day, we're not going to divert 100%. I don't care what anybody says. San Francisco, best recycling programs in the country, and no one will ever get to 100% until we invent the vaporization technique, where poof, like in the movies, like Star Trek. So until we get there, there's going to be trash. And the best thing for me is you convert that trash to energy. Whatever technology is feasible for this island, there's many new technologies out there. Bioenergy is one of them, which I happen to support. But there's so many out there. We got to start looking at that. And we cannot continue to focus on landfills. Not only are they costly, they're bad for the environment. Terry, what's happening? Rumor is that they were planning on using the land on the Mauka side of the dump. Well, where else would they go, Beatles? There's not much left on the Mackay side. Hey, Thomas, what's up? Has any safety measures been implemented for the workers since my brother's death? I gotta hope, Peggy. I'm not sure, and I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm assuming that they did. It was just a very, very tragic accident that should have never happened. But Christy says 4 of the council members like us so far. Well, I don't know how you're going to do it, because the mayor's plan is to continue with the landfill out there for 100 years. I don't understand why. Danny, what's happening, buddy? Jan, aloha, you guys. Christy says they can do energy, animal feed, fertilizer. Absolutely. I mean, the technology today allows municipalities, counties to convert trash to fuel, energy. Like she says, animal feed. You can produce particles that can produce furniture. I mean, there's a ton of ways to do it. Landfills are not the way. We definitely will need a landfill for the things that we cannot convert, but that would be a very small footprint that will last a long, long time. And so again, this to me was breaking news today. Apparently, some of the people in the community are aware. Maybe some of the people involved in the negotiations are aware. So anyway, more to come. Hopefully, we'll get some answers. Hopefully, we'll get a response from the county. Hopefully, we'll see a press release. I think we deserve to know what's going on, especially the people out there on the west side. What's up, Chad? How you doing, buddy? So, okay, moving on. Anyway, if anybody has any info on that, let me know, because I think it's quite it's huge. It's a huge departure of what we've been doing for so long, and I'm just hoping that, this county can manage the operation out there. It's a huge operation. Again, it's been run by a private company, Waste Management. We pay a lot of money. So hopefully we can do the job in-house, save some money, but my concern is still pursuing the 100-year landfill out there on the west side. I don't think I think the west side has seen enough. I think they've taken that burden for this county long enough, and it's time that we let the west side breathe. I think it's time to let the west side heal from that landfill. So anyway, our hope is that we will collect the trash. Kikaha will take the heavy stuff, and we can't process. We can process 85% of all waste with 10 to 15% emissions. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Big Island just announced there's no place to send recyclables, so they are no longer accepting any recycles. Right. It's all about the money. They don't want to spend it to get it done correctly. Yeah, we have a plant in Kona being built. Okay, what about the approved landfill up? Yeah, good question, honey. I don't know. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to site and plan, and we acquired the land for the site up at Kapaya. I guess that's not going to happen. So I don't know. I'm hoping that at some point we'll get an update from the county, and we all can be kept in the loop. But that has always been my priority. We've funded the siting of new landfills. We've Ross Kagawa and myself, Councilmember Kagawa and myself, we've done resolutions to urge the mayor to move towards another technology. We started that road. We had gotten, this was Mayor Cavallo. We had gotten, I think we had like 8 different proposals of how it could be done. And then it was stopped. The bid was stopped midstream, cancel, and that was the end of that. So I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping that, again, we get the answers, because this is going to be it's already a crisis, but you know, the landfill is still open. When we get to capacity and we got to shut that gates, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There was issues with the Kapaya landfill because of freshwater springs. Mayor's office said no can. Well, I don't know. The last mayor's office said can. I think I did have concerns of the water, the springs under there, but you know, the EIS and all of the studies showing that it wasn't going to have an impact. Again, it just goes back to my argument that we need to look at alternatives to landfills. And we cannot continue to build landfills. Kauai is you have only a finite amount of space. That's all you got. So we cannot continue to build expand landfills. And so hey, what's up, Jamie? We'll see. We'll see what happens. The other thing too, you talked about the was that Big Island or Maui that cannot take the Big Island. We're having problems getting rid of the recyclables. And if you had a facility that could convert that, whether through incineration, through anaerobic digestion, whatever the technology may be, you will never run into a problem. When the market shuts down, then you burn it, or you create, you convert it to electricity. What better way to recycle a plastic bottle than to convert it into energy that can lower the price of electricity? I'm baffled sometimes. What's up, Zave? Kathy, thank you guys for joining us on Facebook Live. Remember, every Wednesday we do this at 5:30 tonight. I'm trying an experiment. It looks like it's working. I think we got more viewers now than we have during the daytime. But let me know. Please put in a box if you prefer to 5:30 or to 7 o'clock. I'd appreciate it. County needs to start up home recycling services as a program. Again, honey, I agree. I think you make it convenient. You put the extra can at the house, the colored can to put your cans in, your bottles, and your paper. People will recycle. The problem is, what do you do with the recyclables? If there's no market to send it to, then it becomes a problem, as the Big Island is finding out right now. If there's a company with special interest in trash collection, they need to keep trash going into landfill. They don't want competition. Well, the nice thing about the county owns the facility. You know, they can direct where the trash will go. And that has always been the problem with these private companies that want to create waste to energy plant, because they need trash. You need the fuel to feed the machines. And if they don't get the county's trash, then it's not going to work. So it has to be a partnership with the county. It has to be a direct partnership with the county, so the trash can get to the facility, so we can convert that trash to electricity, and they can meet the numbers will work for them. It's not a cheap endeavor, so they need the trash. And while the county owns the landfill, we can direct where the trash will go. So again, we'll see how that turns out. Sounds like there's a lot more going on than I think we know. And I you know, believe me, I was on a council long enough to know that some things, for whatever reason, aren't able to be discussed in the public. But Lord have mercy, the direction of the administration should always be transparent. I mean, we should know, and we should have an opportunity to chime in. Why don't our major resorts have their own recycling units? Good question. I know a lot of the hotels have their own recycling programs. I know where I worked at Kauai Beach Resort, they all of their recyclables, they turned it in, and the monies all went to charity walk. So I cannot speak for all the hotels, but I think a lot of them do have their own recycling programs. You know, a lot of the hotel that I work at, Timbers, now very environmental conscious, and they do a lot of things to protect the environment. So, but you're right. I mean, I think it maybe be mandated that every not just resorts, but every business should be recycling. If we want to reduce the flow, the waste stream that goes to the landfill. So anyway, just something else. We're gonna just disappeared. Hopefully it'll come back. Okay, let's just switch gears real quick. What's up, Jay? Oh, Jay would be a great resource to talk about. But anyway, he just welcome, Jay. Thank you for joining us. I had a very disturbing. We have enough land that the county needs to build recycle plants for the plastic, metal, paper. It converts to money. Well, it converts to money if you have a buyer. It converts to money if you have the volume of people to buy the goods that you produce. And again, with the issues we are having with China, I think that's a big problem right now. And so we'll see what happens. Hope to do a full presentation of our project at the next council meeting. We're trying to get out on the council agenda. The nice thing is that they called me. Okay, good. Well, I hope so. What's up, Kayla? Chantel, thank you very much. The difference in being able to access government information here in Las Cruces is night and day from accessing information from Kauai County. It's unbelievable, the difference. Yeah, I agree. And now that I'm on the outside looking in, it's very difficult for me to get info. So, but I try my best, and we'll continue to pursue some of these very, very hot issues. It was refreshing last night. We went to the Contractors Association of Kauai. They had their dinner meeting, and I was invited to go. So Patsy and I went, and the guest speaker was the new chief of police, Todd Raybuck. And I got to tell you, it was refreshing to hear the chief talk about his department, talk about the future plans. Very transparent. Shared his frustrations about some of the issues going on Kauai. Made it very clear he's not a political person. That he's here to do his job as a chief of police and not to play politics. I thought it was refreshing. It was great. He's a great speaker. Came across very genuine, and I can't wait for him to, start really doing what he needs to do in the department. So awesome. They don't like tell you nothing because Bombay, you tell us. Maybe, Rhonda. I got to tell you, they know that I have this every week. Very few of them the council will come on every so often, and we've seen Senator Kochi on here. I've seen the mayor popped in once, but I know what they do is they'll watch it after the fact, and then they'll report, I guess, in the morning to what's going on. Nothing should be a secret. That's why, it's just that's, again, not to beat a dead horse, but that's why we have those council meetings, so that the public has an opportunity to understand what really is going on. So anyway, let's shift gears real quick because it's already after 7:30. Just before I got on, a friend of mine sent me a Facebook message with a picture of a guy, a state employee, dressed up in the hazmat suit, spraying poison along the fence line at Burns Field, directly across the street, across the road from the salt pans. Now, I don't know what the hell they're thinking with all the controversy going on right now. And I am not blaming that employee in the suit spraying the poison. I'm blaming the state, whoever's in charge that made that employee do that. What's with the dump cars popping up everywhere? Someone dumped outside. Yeah, we're gonna get to that as well. I thought transparency was promised. Yeah, well, I did too. Hey, Joel, what's up? I gotta tell you, I don't really hear what's going on. We read about certain things in the paper, but it's. I just think we got to be engaged, and that's again. Hopefully, this stimulates some of you to get involved, make the phone call, and find out. What's up, Joel? Anyway, so with all the controversy going on right now with Maverick and protection and preservation of the salt beds, I cannot believe that the state would go spray poison along the fence line 100 yards or so from the salt pans. We're talking about the oil from the cars and the fluids from the helicopters and all of that stuff. And here we go, spraying poison right along the fence line. I don't get it. Maka'ala, what's happening? Dwayne, aloha, you guys. I don't get it. So I'm going to take that picture tonight. I just got it right. Actually, I was sitting here waiting for 7 o'clock so I could hit the go live button. Outer islands need to make the state government more accountable. Absolutely. No feeding cats on the island. Yeah. Nalani Bruin, aloha, Nalani. And that thing popped up. So I'm going to take that picture. I'm going to make a screenshot, and I'm going to send it to the state and find out why would we do that? Why would we go spray poison so close to the salt pans? I simply don't get it. So that just popped up, like I said, so I don't have much information. I obviously saw the picture. It's very clear what was going on. So and I trust the gentleman that sent me that picture. I trust, he's a very good friend of mine. We need to educate more. Maybe if the employees knew the danger of the poisons to the salt beds, he would have spoken up. Well, I mean, quite possibly, but you know how it goes, Rhonda. And everybody's so afraid to speak up. And you're right. People got to start speaking up. And that's what I try to do with this Facebook Lives, is to get some of you guys engaged enough to pick up the phone, send an email. What's up, Nalani? Especially after the article being on the front page saying they just want to be good neighbors. Well, it was not the helicopter company spraying the poison. It was the state spraying the poison. Post a pic of the Sabidon guy. You know, again, I'm not going to do that because I don't want, it's not the guy's fault. He's doing a job. I don't want this guy to be the target. It's his job. And whether or not he should have spoke up, I would have. But you got to understand that he was directed to do that by somebody. My problem is not with him. My problem is with the state, whoever was in charge. Lynn Kuwana, Hawaii News Now. Oh, you think I should send a picture to Lynn Kawano? I don't know. Hey, Mona. Rod Munar, what's happening? Speak up, stand up, don't give up your rights. Thank you, Makala. I couldn't have said it better. But that's what I try to do. That's all this is about. When we see good things happening, we talk about it. When we see things, basically my frustration is that we're not hearing it about it until it's too late. We saw it with Kukuyula at the park. We found out after the fact that the decision was made. I commend the mayor for withdrawing his request and for withdrawing that application. But all of that could have been avoided. We don't need to create more stress and anxiety for our residents. I mean, let's have the discussion beforehand. Let's get everybody's input. We talk about collaboration. Well, that's how you do it. You get everybody's input, and then you make a decision after we discuss it and we talk about it. Yeah, no, not everybody's not going to get their way all the time, but let's at least have that open public community discussion, and not stuffed in a 2-minute period in some bigger discussion. I mean, let's focus on this landfill discussion should be done island wide, but I think it should be focused in the Kekaha area, on the west side. If Burnsville is regulated by DOT airports, call Fuji. That's where I'm sending the picture, Makala. It's exactly where I'm sending the picture. Because we really got to address that issue. I don't know if Kule and the Santos Ohana or any of the other salt-making families are aware of that. I'm sure someone saw this guy down there. So, what's up, Kristan? Aloha. So anyway, we'll deal with that. I'll get that thing out tonight. Kimo Rosen sent me asked me to discuss the Kapaa swimming pool. Kapaa swimming pool has been closed for over 2 months, and because of some problem filters, that's what he was told. So I contacted the county today, and I'm going to read the response. It says the pool should be closed for 2.5 to 3 months. The Parks Department is in the process of reviewing bids for the repair of the filters. Once the vendor is selected, they can move forward with the repairs. So I'm not sure how long the procurement for repair of a filter is. Alan, Vernon, aloha, Norman. But it's been closed already for over 2 months. And if this thing even hasn't gone out to bid yet, then Kimo, I'm sorry to tell you. What's up, Marcos? I'm sorry to tell you, Kimo, that we're looking at probably a much longer wait. Now, Kimo mentioned that when Mayor Cavalli was in office, the filters break and the pool gets closed for a short time. So I'm not sure what the holdup is. That's the response I got. I wish I could be more specific, but that's it. Bito. Sorry, Kimo. I know you're that pool does a lot for you and your life and your health. And I just wish I had a better answer. But that's the answer I got. Should be closed for 2.5 to 3 months, which I think we're almost there. But they're in the process of reviewing bids. So hopefully in the next month or two or so, that pool will be open. What's interesting is that the lifeguards from Kapapu, what I understand, was shifted over to Waimiapu. So now Waimiapu has a flood of lifeguards. That's just what I'm told. That I have not verified with the county, but that's what I have been told by reliable sources. So anyway, Kimo, hang on tight, buddy. Go to the beach while the pool is being repaired. All right. 7:42. Oh boy, time is flying. Let's see. Yes to 7 p.m., but 1 hour isn't long enough. Oh, yeah, 1 hour is. It goes by quick. I gotta tell you, it goes by quick. Abandoned vehicles. The chief talked about abandoned vehicles last night at the CAK meeting, and I gotta tell you, he is frustrated. He is angry. He wants to post the pictures of the culprits on Facebook. I mean, this is one of his pet peeves, among others. I won't say that this is his big priority for the county of Kauai. Oh, my camera went out of focus. There we go. But I got to tell you, I enjoyed listening to him talk about abandoned vehicles. Listen, bottom line is this: punish the guilty. Don't they always close the pool during the summer when it's hot? I don't know, Freddy. It should be open. I don't know. It's just a trip. We talked about this a few weeks ago. There's a very simple, Allah. There's a very simple solution. The notice of transfer requires the buyer and the seller to sign in front of a notary. Put the burden on the seller and the buyer. Like any other legal transaction, you go in front of notary and you sign the paper in front of notary, and the seller has a responsibility to turn that document into DMV. That seller, once that form is signed, turns in the paperwork, he's relieved of any liability for that vehicle, and the buyer who bought the car and signed in front of a notary, so we know it's a real person. We know that this person is alive. We know that this person is a resident. What's up, Jareen? That person now incurs the liability for that vehicle. So now when the vehicle is found on the side of the road, I don't care what they did. I don't care if he sold it, that car got sold 10 times. The last registered owner is responsible for the vehicle. The chief told us last night that the minimum cost to the county to tow a vehicle is $600. And it can go up to $1,200, $1,300, or $1,400 depending on where the thing is and what condition it's in. And so we're paying over $400,000, close to $500,000 a year removing abandoned vehicles. Yet we see so many on the road. It's getting worse. Remember, probably a decade ago, New York Times did a story about the garbage island. They did a story about all the abandoned vehicles, and the county got all embarrassed, and they put the money up and they cleaned up the island. Well, if we don't do something now, guess what? It's going to happen again. So, two things. Number one, change the notice of transfer process and hold the last registered owner accountable. In other words, we got to go to the place to pick up a car and take it to the junkyard, and it costs the county $600. I think that's ridiculous, by the way. I think that we need to do a better job of going out for bids, and I think we need to do a better job. If we're paying that much money, then it'll be cheaper for this county to create its own tow yard. Buy a couple of trucks, hire 3 or 4 local boys, and we'll save money. And we would have on-demand tows. Hey, you got an abandoned vehicle? We don't got to go call a tow. No, boom, dispatch the guy, pick up the car, boom, gone. The cost would go straight to the last registered owner. The last registered owner would get the bill. Now, if he doesn't pay the bill, then we put a stopper on his driver's license. How's that? Is that too difficult? Is that too hard to understand? It's simple. The other thing, which the chief says is done in Nevada, is when you sell the car, you got to turn in the plates, and the new buyer got to come in and get new plates. And while that sounds like it may work, Marla and Larry, aloha. Thanks for joining us, Larry. while it sounds that that might work, how many of you have ever had your safety check sticker or your tax sticker stolen from your bumper? Don't you think that that buyer who bought that car without plates now, and he's got to go to the DMV to register the car, he'll just go steal a plate off of a rental car, and as long as he's not speeding or he doesn't get stopped by a cop, he can drive all he wants. So, I believe in nipping it at the root level. The root level is the buyer and seller. That's where the problem is. The transaction, the transfer isn't happening, so the county has nowhere to go, because if the buyer turns in a notice of transfer without any kind of legal binding signatures, he did his part. He put in a notice of transfer, and we never know. We have nothing to go after the new owner with, because we don't know. We may not even know who that person is. It may be a fictitious person. Wendy Lou, Randy, what's up? So put the burden. How hard is that? You buy a car, you meet the guy at DMV. Hey, I'll meet you on Tuesday at DMV. We sign up paperwork. I'll give you your keys. Or, hey, let's meet at the bank or the credit union. We get in front of notary. We'll sign a paper and I'll give you the keys. Now the county has someone to go after should that car end up on the side of the road. Now, please, I am Portuguese, but I'm not as dumb as I look. You know what I mean? Come on, people. Not that difficult. Not that difficult. All right. Another disturbing story today that really frustrated me. And while I knew that the TMT fiasco on the Big Island was costing money, I didn't realize, and this came out today, I'm sure you guys all saw it, either on a Star Advertiser or on Facebook, the TMT law enforcement cost, just the cost for law enforcement so far, $7.7 million. $7.7 million. I don't know about you. What's up, Roy and Alan? Thank you for joining us today. I don't know about you, but I am disgusted with being told time and time and time again from our leaders that we don't have money. The state, we're broke. We don't have money. It's a funding issue. $7.7 million is a lot of money. The wait times at DMV will be 5 hours long. Well, Joy, we gotta make DMV more efficient. That's again, the root problem is we don't have enough people at the window. We talked about this in the past. Remember, you're gonna generate revenue with towing these abandoned vehicles and charging the owner. So we're gonna create a revenue stream that could fund the efficient operation of that DMV counter. But very good point, Joy. Thanks for putting that up. $7.7 million of taxpayer money. Thank you, Francine. Not TMT money. Taxpayer money from the state and the counties, except Kauai. Thank you, Mayor Kawakami, for not sending Kauai police officers up to the Big Island. I don't care what side of the issue you're on at the TMT. And I don't want to make this a debate about TMT, non-TMT. I don't want to, the bottom line is this. You have a private corporation, TMT, and then you have the protectors that are up there. And you have the state and the counties that are funding basically a private security force for TMT at the tune of $7.7 million up till now. Hey, Sean. Now, last week, we had a discussion about the TMT. Last week, I made a very strong statement to Governor Ige, say that he needs to fish or cut bait. Again, I think all of you know my position on the TMT, but it's irrelevant to what the governor should do. The governor has a duty and an obligation to enforce the law and to do what he needs to do. Now, he has chosen to take a step back, punt, I don't know. And all while this is going on, Our law enforcement people are out there on the mountain, state, county, and the taxpayers are paying this money. Now, 7.7 million, think about it. How many homeless people could we help? How many seniors could we help? How many keiki could we help? How many school lunches could that pay for? I mean, you think about it, when you look at the priority, how does this even happen? Hey, Beth, what's happening? If that's all overtime, that's terrible. It is overtime, but if it's not, then it doesn't make that much difference. At least they're getting paid for doing something. No, it's overtime. It's overtime. It's per diem. It's all of these things. Every department in the state has stated that they're shorthanded. Every department, Kauai, Honolulu, Big Island, Maui, everybody is shorthanded. But they found a way to send officers up there, and yet the taxpayers are paying. Oh, well, the AG said they're going to pay. I don't care what department pays. I hate it when they say, well, it's state money, or it's federal. I don't care. It's still taxpayer money, whether it's your federal tax, your state tax, your local tax, your real property. It doesn't matter. It's public money generated by the taxpayers, and we're funding basically a private security force. It's wrong. It's wrong. You know, I mean, IOU. It's just wrong. So anyway, I had to bring that up again, just trying to raise awareness, not to ruin your evening. But these are things that are going on, and you know, these are things that we gotta pay attention to, and we need to pick up the phone and start calling our representatives, calling the governor's office. We need to be heard. Otherwise, it's not going to change. Like I said last week, we can stand behind a keyboard on a computer, we can type on Facebook, we can go to rants and raves, and we can get our frustrations out. But if we're not making our voices heard, then nothing is going to change. I can assure you, nothing is going to change. You saw what happened in Koloa with the park. The people got engaged. And you saw the mayor did the right thing. Withdraw. I apologize. You should have come to the community first. How does that work? I thought county jurisdiction is only in that county. Do they get deputized or something? He got to find a way to spend his treatment. He got under the table. Don't be confused, Rhonda. It's as far as arresting powers, they can be deputized in the county. I'm not sure how it worked up there. I'm assuming they were to deputize in that county to have arrest powers, or they could be there in a law enforcement capacity without arrest powers. Basically, I don't know what the structure was. I gotta believe that they had arrest powers. They were all carrying badges and guns, so I would assume that they were deputized in that county. That can be done. I mean, it's you know, I mean, there's Kauai officers right now that were deputized by the federal government so they can enforce federal law. So I'm assuming that's what happened. What's up, Leanne and Leona? Thank you for joining us. Eric, what's up, buddy? My point is this: is that it's amazing how if it's for something that is not of interest to the leaders, then there's a money issue. But when it's something that they want or that they believe in, then they find the money, and that's where my frustration lies. What's up, Billy? What's up? Yeah. So I think it's, you know, I don't want to hear this. We no more money. We no more money. We no more money. And then I find out you got 7.7 million to fund this private security force. I just think that's wrong. And I mean, if I commend our mayor and our administration for not sending anybody to the Big Island. Not that I don't want to help the Big Island, but we got our own issues here. We're shorthanded. We have financial issues. Honolulu sent a bunch, and the AG is picking up the tab. So yeah, the cops make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, every police officer you send to the Big Island is one less police officer on your streets. And that I have a hard time dealing with. What's up, Cousin Rick? Thanks for joining us again. We came on at 7 o'clock tonight. I wanted to try this experiment. I really do want to know if you prefer 7 or 5:30, if you could put that in a block in our final few minutes, because I really want to make sure that we get the best. I was gonna say the best bang for our buck, but there's no bucks involved. So I just want to make sure we have the best time slot so that we can get the most viewership. So just type in the block 5 or 7, 5:30 or 7, and then I'll take a look at it. I did want to cover one more thing, and this is far out, but I went to the Lion Social the other day, and I got to meet Francie Davila. She's a social worker. She runs the Kauai Mental Health Advocates, a nonprofit, and they're going to be doing a healing mental health art show. With the theme is going to be O Aukela, which means this is me, and this is in November. But it's going to be basically an arts festival, and it's going to focus on mental health here on Kauai. So, like I said, it's in November, but you know how quick these days are going by, and I will be reminding you folks, but I'm gonna just put in her name here. If you want to help out in some way, please call Francie at, and I'm typing this in the window so you guys can have it record. So there it is, Francie at 631-1154. You know, mental health is a serious problem here. We don't really have the resources that we should. We don't, because no more money. No more money. Yeah, it's so ironic. Yeah, we don't have money. So our mental health community suffers. So Francie and her organization is trying to bring awareness and trying to get resources and trying to help that community. So again, November 15th, it's going to be awesome. You know, you'll hear more about it as we get closer. But for those of you that are interested in reaching out now to see how you can help Kauai Mental Health Advocates, give Francie a call at 631-1154. Again, it's in the chat box. So, and let's see, I think I covered everything. I did. I'm gonna go look at my comments real quick. What is Bernard doing now? I don't know. I wish I did. We do for lunch. I gotta get together with the big dog and see what he's doing. Just like on Blip, I seen on the news that they're looking at 3.3 billion to improve Blaisdell. Oh gosh, you know what? We'll put that on next week. Yeah, the county council in Honolulu now is questioning Caldwell, saying what is wrong with you? We had issues on Oahu, and now you want to go move 3.3 billion or whatever that whole anyway, that's for another time. But you are right, Eric. Crazy. Okay, 7 o'clock. I like 4:30 better. Bitos was 5:30 or 7 o'clock. 5:30 or 7. A or B, not C. 7. 7. 7. What's up, Michelle? 7. Keep up the good work, Mel. Your live hour is really engaging about community issues. Gotta go. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. 7. 4:30. Okay, we got 7. 5:30. Okay, you guys. Stan, what's up? 7. 7 is past your bedtime. All right, well, we'll check it out. I'll go over the comments. It looks like 7 o'clock. A vast majority of you want 7, so we'll see. We'll do it at 7. Hilda, what's up? 7, okay. Anyway, thank you guys once again. It's 8 o'clock. Mahalo nui for doing this awesome show, even for us living on Oahu. Yeah, well, a lot of our issues, Cousin Rick, is Honolulu issues. And, you know, it's really, issues are statewide issues. We're all the same state. We got family in Oahu and everywhere else. So it does affect us. It does affect everyone. So, you know, I just try to pick the most, what I believe are the most engaging issues so that we can all participate. So anyway, every Wednesday, I got to make a decision right here. We're going to do 7 o'clock next week. We're going to do 7 o'clock because I think only 2 or 3 of you said 5:30. We'll do 7 o'clock next week. I'll post the announcement. But again, if you go to my YouTube channel at YouTube, look for Mel Rapozo's channel. You'll see all my Facebook Live videos up there. Feel free to check them out. Share it. You know, really, you have an ability to share this post. You have an ability to share my YouTube post. As mean, dinner is later. Or yeah, I know. I'm starving. You gotta post a vote on your page. Okay, I'll see. I gotta learn how to do that. But anyway, guys, I enjoy doing it. This is fun for me. I think it's hoping I'm providing some value for all of you. Every Wednesday, we'll do it at 7 o'clock next week. We'll try a second run at this and see what happens. Other than that, everybody have a great evening. Love you guys. Take care. God bless. We'll see you guys next week, Wednesday. Aloha.